Hello everybody, it is Baldrick sodoff here, and we'll be talking about transitioning from consoles to PC and some of the things you should be considering, especially with a new generation consoles about to be released. As you can see, the gameplay is some Battlefield 3 on PC. It's not the most spectacular game being 2013 now, but it still looks very decent on high settings on PC. I could be playing Ultra, but I have two monitors set up, so it sort of does stuff it up a bit, especially when I'm recording. But anyway, let's get onto the topic. So the first thing you'll need to consider if you're going to PC is if you have enough desk space. Me personally, I've got enough desk space for two monitors and my computer to be on my desk, so that's no problem for me. Because PC gaming is a lot better if you're on a desk, because that means you can have a mouse and keyboard. If you want to be a bit different though, you can set it up as a console, but I'd recommend having a smaller PC for doing this. And all you need is a wired or wireless Xbox controller, and if it's wireless you need an Xbox receiver, and you can use it basically like a console. All you need is Steam Big Picture, and stuff like Origin should work pretty well with a controller, but I would recommend having a wireless keyboard and mouse on your lap as you're playing, so you can access the other stuff you can't do with a controller. So yeah, that desk space is definitely a thing to consider. Whereas with buying a console, all you need is a TV anywhere, and you can basically play it. It's basically like a computer. That's all you need to consider. If you've got room for a desktop computer, that's all you need to be considering, guys. And if you want to go the route of a laptop, you can do that as well. There's no problem with laptop gaming. But if you are going to get a gaming laptop, I would recommend it's a pretty good one, because the hardware will be it won't be as good as you won't be able to play the games on the current settings which you would be playing them now on in about a year's time, because hardware does evolve a lot, and that's why desktop can be a bit better for PC gaming, because you can always replace the parts. I may even get another 660 Ti soon, because I can't really play games on ultra settings. That's not a big deal. It's sort of a dumb reason to get a 660 Ti, but whatever. Hopefully I can get one. Another thing to consider is, do you have the money? And also they can be as cheap as consoles, and in some ways better as well. So when you're getting a gaming PC, it's not just a gaming PC. You can do video editing on it, you can watch YouTube on it, you can basically go on Skype, talk to your friends, you can also do Word, you can do PowerPoint presentations, you can hook it up to a projector, you can do countless things that consoles just don't do, because they're just consoles. They're sort of gaming bricks. All they do is game, and some other modified stuff like Netflix maybe. But yeah, you can do all that with PC except more stuff. And I know the Kinect has this quote unquote voice recognition software with the Kinect, but PC's got that, and no one uses it because it's just nothing great. You don't want to be talking to your PC and getting pissed off with it, because it won't respond. So anyway, let's get on to the third thing to consider, and that is yes, as I said, money. You can either get that's what I was going on about, sorry guys. So you can go from the $700 gaming PCs to the $3,500 hardcore gaming PCs, which I wouldn't recommend getting, because their hardware gets outdated within months even. Even the cheaper ones obviously get outdated within months as well, but with the cheap ones you can always upgrade them. Same with the expensive ones, but you're sort of chucking away a bit of money there. I'll explain why. Because the hardware just gets outdated, and there's no point buying a overpowered GPU if it's only going to be playing medium settings in 2 years, when you can just buy a cheaper one and it'll be playing near ultra. So yeah, that's sort of why I wouldn't get the $3,500 ones unless you've got like a lot of money to spend. Then I'd recommend getting them. If it's not gonna hurt your budget at all, just go for the most expensive one. What can I say? But if you are on a budget, I'd aim around the $1,500 mark. And I'm not talking in US dollars, I'm talking in Australian dollars. You can get a currency converter and you'll see what I'm talking about in US dollars. I'm assuming that's about 1,200 US dollars, something like that. Plus computer parts in US are cheaper than Australia, so yeah, it's a bit annoying for us here, down under. Yeah, and another thing you'll have to consider is, well, it's not really the biggest consideration, but do you know anyone else with a gaming PC? Because I personally don't know too many people. I know a few at my school have a gaming PC, but not too many. It is nowhere near as common as the Xbox or PlayStation. You just won't find near as many people playing them. Even though there are still a lot of people playing, the general gamer would often have a console of any sort. I'm assuming Xbox or PlayStation. Not too many people own Wii U's or anything. So yeah, I would consider that as well, because sometimes it can be a bit boring if you're not playing with anyone you know. But then again, you can learn to make some new friends on PC. I've already done that. I've found a lot of good guys I can play with on Battlefield, on what else, Steam, Call of Duty, whatever. It all works out, guys. So even if you don't have too many friends playing PC, I'd still go for it, because now this is the most important thing. The graphics are spectacular compared to consoles. I know this firsthand because I've been playing the PS3 for about 4 or 5 years now, and as soon as I jump to console, I am not looking back ever. Not ever, guys. I may play on the PS4 because I know my brother might get one, but it just doesn't compare to a good PC game. And that's because you can customize the settings to what you want. You can play over 60 frames a second. You can play 200 frames a second if you play on lower settings, and that's what a lot of multiplayer people like. They like the fast response times. And also, I know a lot of people with controllers think their controllers are better than keyboard and mouse, but they're just nowhere near as accurate as like a 8200 DPI mouse. I only use a 2500 one because I only play at 1800 DPI, because you don't need that much sensitivity for first person shooters, but for MMOs I'm guessing you would need a lot of sensitivity to get to your characters and everything. So anyway, guys, they're my sort of tips on transitioning to PCs from console, and sort of just giving you a brief idea of what it's like. I'd highly recommend it if you've got the money, and if you can, get both, because then you'll have a best of both worlds, guys. So anyway, have a nice day.